That's how I'm going to be referring to him. Yeah, just again,
Yeah.
just blessedly unburdened with the complications of university education. It's savagery. It is ultimate savagery.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone to
Laszlo.
Topflight Tales.
No,
Go ahead.
Pierce, keep going.
Laszlo, from that show is why I started saying can't be fucked. And
Yeah.
no one knows what you mean when you're saying that in the United States. Everyone looks at you weird when you say, yeah, can't be fucked. And
He's so good.
But that's a very common UKism of just saying I can't be
his
bothered.
His delivery of anything.
But it's one of those things that every now and then I absorb something from a show or a movie.
Yeah.
And that is one that is not translated well to me in my American life.
Yeah.
Do you know there's on a related subject, and then maybe we'll get into the game. There's on the show Community, there's an episode in which Chevy Chase's character Pierce, so sorry I'm about to insult Pierce a lot, Pierce.
Yeah, it's
but
fine.
Where Pierce keeps using the phrase streets ahead.
Yeah.
You know about this? And he keeps saying streets ahead, and they're like, that's not a thing. And he just keeps saying it, insisting it's streets ahead. And what's really interesting is that this is based on, I think it was literally Dan Harmon, but one of the writers were around someone who kept saying streets ahead, and they're like, this is so stupid. And they were like, it's not a thing. They put that in the show, and then later we're told, no, that's a super common expression in the UK. That streets ahead is a thing. So actually, Pierce was right all along.
Oh, that's like a crumbling of the cornerstone of the show.
Well, I
will
think
say,
Pierce can never be right.
I will say that the amount I think about Dan Harmon is so little that you said Dan Harmon, and I was like, I didn't know that Dan Carlin wrote for Community.
Who's Dan Carlin?
The hardcore history podcast, the radio history guy.
We have very different frames of reference on Dan's.
Yeah.
I know you.
I don't know. I'm somewhat of a connoisseur on the subject.
Of Dan's?
Apparently not.
No, well, I mean, I'm saying I'm not saying I don't think about Dan's. I'm saying I don't think about Dan Harmon.
My favorite Dan's are macabre. Let's.
My favorite Dan's are the bands to make.
Pierce actually liked that one. Look at that. Pierce is on.
Yeah, I did. That one was good.
Pierce was
that was all right.
We may be having some more players tonight, but as of right now, we have this number of players, being 3.
Great. Hang on. I'm gonna get all of my dice. Because at any point in time, I could use any dice system.
Because of who is here to start off, I made the decision that we are going to start with Murder Babes. So part 1 will be Murder Babes, and then if more people are here later, we'll do something else.
Is D6s, right?
Murder Babes is the D6 system, and let's just we have a lot to recap on all of these different games.
We have so much to recap.
I mean, yes, but as is typical, we will sort of only recap.
Who would like to recap with me?
Go ahead and recap. What do you do? What's happening? I don't
know. I don't understand what he's doing.
I'm just getting in character, Philip.
Oh, you're being.
Or should I say, publisher?
So, in other words, Dan, this is when if you want to know in his mind what Dan thinks a sexy woman sounds like, it is that. Right?
No, it's what a murder babe sounds like,
okay,
Philip.
But what is the difference, Dan?
Not all women, Philip.
Wow. But so you don't find murder babe sexy?
I never said that.
Okay.
I said that not all women are murder babes.
I see. So you find more than murder babe sexy is what you're saying.
I think that
take a stand right now for or against. Take a stand right now for or against.
I'm saying, Philip, I think the first thing we talk about with women shouldn't be whether they're sexy or not. And also I think that women can be sexy with many different things.
Great.
I just think my murder babe is sexy because that's how I envision her in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Well done.
Or murder against babes. Got it.
Yes, exactly.
So to recap.
Listen. Babes, a social construct. Anyone can murder in any society.
Wow. That is actually an upsetting but true point. When we last checked in with the murder babes, who, to remind us of them, we have Morud, the red-skinned pyromancer with black swept-back horns in crimson armor of absorption. We have Baalia, a seductive teleporter in Hell's speed armor. The armor looks kind of more like a burning cloud than like a solid material. And we also have Dusa, who's a blaster with pale pink skin, curved black horns, in shadow armor with a matching cape of shadow that she's the only one who can touch. So Dusa, if you sweep the cape, it sweeps. But if anybody else tries to grab it, their hand passes through like it's going through their hand is going through so much darkness. So, Dusa, Morud, and Baalia they are all knives of the devil, but they were given a mission by the Sword of the Devil herself, Gidana, who had once been a lowly knife like them, to investigate the destruction of an entire fiendish legion at an amphitheater where everyone was like getting ready to listen to some rousing demonic rock and roll.
So like Seether.
That's a good question. I think it's you're getting me off topic. So as the Murder Babes did this investigation using their specialized skills, largely helped by the fact that Baali as a teleporter really makes a lot of things pretty easy for this crew. She's not so good in the fight, but she's really good at getting to the next fight. Also, she's fine in a fight. I don't mean to say that.
I was gonna say she can handle.
You're great in a fight. So, as the Murder Babes investigated, they eventually discovered that the individual behind this was not some nefarious agent from old hell, but an even more nefarious agent from a heaven. One of those old school angelic figures with like the little wings coming out of their head as well as their back. The kind of like the crested wings atop their head. And as that angel escaped, Baalia used her teleportive powers, assisted by Marud and Dusa, to tag along with the angel, and though they feared they might be thrusting themselves right into heaven, they were relieved to find themselves on the mortal plane, surrounded by a bunch of ninjas, standing alone with a woman with a Bicento in also Murder Babe armor with a lot of heart icons on it, who said she likes your guys' costumes. And I think Deuce was like, oh, okay, likewise. But now you guys find yourselves squaring off with so many ninjas. So that is where we left off in that. Now, of course, we have other threads. We also have things going on with Topflight West. We have things going on with Meridian and her crew. Topflight West, I guess I can do super brief one-sentence things. Topflight West is investigating heading to hell themselves to track down Wildorado and the Final. Meridian and her Fiat team have blasted off into space. Thank goodness that Meridian was able to catch that arcane grenade. Because, oh boy, Violet Tower, what are you doing? And in Neon Flight, the group have teamed up with Captain Heldritch in the future to track down the missing sword Hellbringer. So, with all those plot threads in mind, but with Murder Babes closest to our heart, along with the knife they slipped therein, I'm going to give you guys 2 prologue options of Murder Babes. Option 1. Order of the Severed Heart Monastery, 2 weeks ago. Option 2. Order of the Severed Heart Monastery, 2 hours ago. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
KJ wants the more up-to-date information. So that's 1 vote for 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Dan, you have no voice.
Oh wait, that's not what you meant. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're. Hey, it was a nice change of pace. Go ahead and lean into it.
Hey, I'll shut the fuck up from now on.
Oh my god, in holy heaven. All right. I apologize, everyone viewing. We're in a weird mood. So, 2 hours ago. Numerous members of the Order of the Severed Heart lie immobile around the stone corridors of this battle base. But we can hear, or rather read, the onomatopoetic bams, pows, sounds of violence up ahead And as we move to the next panel, it's probably like there's a whole page of that. There's a whole page of that. But then on the next page, we see several panels of Nightheart just like tearing her way through these ninjas. And as she's kind of demanding to them, she's saying like I know that you have it. You'll give it back to me. Like, I'm sick of this. I'm through with being made a fool of. But then a lone figure steps into the chamber with Nightheart and says, "Oh, Nightheart, don't you understand? We never had anything here. All we had was a means of drawing you in so you can finally join this organization or perish. The choice is yours." Nightheart says, "You're bluffing." The person says, "Come and beat us and see." We now cut to the rooftop where Baalia, Morud, and Dusa stand with Nightheart, surrounded by these ninjas. In the intervening 2 hours, boy, Nightheart sure has made some... She's had a long fight against ninjas that ranged from the monastery here to the rooftops. So, team. You are surrounded by various ninjas. There are already a few arrows in the ground near you. Nightheart will kind of look at you and say, "All right, so, listen, demon ladies, I'm not sure exactly, I'm not sure if they summoned you or what your role in all of this is, but if you think I can't fight everyone at once, I mean, it's possible, you're right. You guys have big horns."
Sorry, did you say that the angel is up there too?
The angel, no one sees the angel as of yet. No one has spotted the angel. So
then I'll say, 1, we're devils. 2, are you with the angel?
Ooh, great question. Nightheart will... Oh man, I rolled 661. It's a bummer. I was hoping to roll 666. Nightheart basically will sort of say, "No one's ever accused me of being on the side of the angels."
Well, then I guess for the time being, we will fight by your side until it is prevalent to kill you or not.
I can live with that. Meanwhile, the ninjas prepare
Well, you wouldn't, but...
Or I can die with that, either way. But at this point, the ninjas are about to make a move coming in. So, we're going to do a fun little combat round. And let's do a quick little kind-hearted like recap both for you guys and for our viewers on how this system works. So we're using a riff on the classic West End Games D6 pool system. So basically what happens is you guys will roll a number of D6s. Every time, however, you must roll one that is like a different color or one that you'll easily be able to tell is different than the others. This is your hell die. When you roll your hell die, if you roll a 1 on it, it's bad. You remove it as well as whatever your next highest die is. So, like, it's like 1/6 of the time. It's kind of like a it's not as bad as like a crit failure necessarily, but it can be pretty devastating, especially when you're rolling 2 dice. However, if you roll a 6 on that, you get to count the 6 and then roll that die again. Hey, what's better than that? Not only that, if you roll 6, 6, 6, you get to overcharge with hellish energy, meaning you add. I mean, you know there may be more because you're rolling more than 3 dice, but you'll add those dice, then roll the whole hand again, and
hell yeah,
you gain 1d6 cursed cubes. And to the point of cursed cubes, my friend, which in this game sort of like, you know, it's kind of like power or whatever in some of our other games, you all get 2 cursed cubes right now, just for being here.
Oh, okay.
Just for being babes.
Are cursed cubes, like, is there a limit on them? Or do they just...
There is no upper limit on cursed cubes.
Excellent.
And to be
They
honest,
carry over because I already have 5 written down.
You do. Yes, they carry over. they're not like if cursed cubes are a thing where I would recommend you guys just go ahead and use them and like enjoy them. It's fine, but like I think that cursed cubes. I think in the other system you actually can also accrue tons of them to like level yourself up. I think that's how it works. They're not called cursed cubes, obviously, in like the Star Wars or Ghostbusters systems. So it's like if you want to, you can try to never spend them. Otherwise, you spend them to do little traditional adjustments to your Oh yeah, I even put that in the thing. You can save them. So yeah, if you ever want to try to save up a bunch, I think you need like at least 10 to affect things. But since this is kind of a side game, I'd just use them for fun, or do whatever you like. So, let's see. I think we typically do initiative.
With speed, right?
Yeah, in this system, it is based on your run score. So let's see. Armament. Baalia, you have 5 in run. It appears that Morud has a 3 and Lumen has a 2. So Baalia.
I am not Lumen.
You're not Lumen. I am
The opposite of Lumen.
The opposite of Lumen. Dusa, rather. It's your character sheets are called those. That's my problem, and I do apologize. Guys, that one's on me. All right, so, Baalia, the ninjas are coming for you, and I'm going to say the ninjas do not. You do outspeed the ninjas. I mean, my God, you have that armor, so that's a cool situation for you. So what would you like to do? It's basically, there's a ton of ninjas. This is going to be a bit more impressionistic of a fight. You can just kind of be like, I'm attacking. Like, you could just say how you're attacking. I'm not going to track exact numbers. It's going to be, the more successful you are, the more we're just assuming that you're taking out wide swaths of ninjas. If you're all failing, we're saying that ninjas are getting through to you.
I'm like, instead of dodging like arrows or knives or throwing stars, whatever they're sending at us, I am teleporting out of the way and stabbing them in the back and then teleporting to the next one. And doing that again.
Understood. All right, so you are trying... Okay, just like in some of our other systems, perfect. So you're going to do 2 things. One, you're going to do both a power and a weapon, but you're going to take a penalty on both. So you're going to lose a cube from both of those abilities as you do it. So let's do the teleport first.
Teleport is that's 10, 22.
A 22 teleport. So you are nightcrawlering all over the place, no problem.
That is the idea, yes. And then weapon. Well, that's a 1 on my hell die.
Ooh, sweet. Okay,
so then I remove which one do I remove?
You remove whatever the highest die.
All right, so then the total is a 7.
A 7. So Baalia is doing an amazing job of, I'm going to say, Baalia is doing a fantastic job of not being hit, as she's just teleporting around, but these ninjas, even though when someone teleports right next to them, like, they're not ready to strike you, but with absolute, like, insulting casualness, they are parrying anything you do, or like slightly sticking to the thing, and like, or like preparing their own so yeah.
Well, sometimes I'm here to spread murder, and sometimes I'm here to spread chaos.
You are certainly adding to the chaos. All right. The ninjas, however, are going to get their opportunity now to move. And so is your buddy. But as the ninjas come at you guys, I'm going to ask that Baalia, I'm actually going to say you don't have to do this because you're out of the way. But Morud and Dusa, if you two would please give me a dodge roll.
Dodge. Got it.
Dodge. And remember, you can still, you probably still have some dice remaining if you want to put those in before making any rolls. Garbage, I roll.
Are we adding them together?
You add them all together.
8.
8. Morud, what do we got?
1.
A 1.
I rolled a 6, a 1, and a 1, and the one of the ones was on my
Perfect.
hell die.
All right, so basically, so Morud, so Marud's basically, go ahead and give yourself a wounded condition. as Morud, the ninjas, kind of, as you're like, whatever, ninjas. And of course, Baali is going around. And though Baali is fine at avoiding this, the ninjas she's not being able to hit ninjas, In the comic, there's probably a few panels of Baali going, okay, this might not be as easy as it looks. And then Morud, getting like, oh, you're not. And a wounded is actually not too bad at the thing. It's like, you just don't want these things to compound. For Dusa, you manage to sort of avoid any sort of harm coming to you from these things, but they're definitely pushing the assault. I am going to make a quick roll for Nightheart, who is also as fast as the ninjas. Nightheart, that would have been so much cooler if that had been a 6 on your special die, but it's only a 5. But Nightheart, meanwhile, cuts a few down. And, she will give you guys a friendly bit of word of advice, which is, I wouldn't go for any chest wounds. They literally don't have hearts. And then she, chops the head off somebody. So, Morud, I think you have 3 or 2.
I have 3 in speed.
So, Morud, it is your turn now.
Okay. I will just... We're in a ninja monastery, right?
No, you're on top of a rooftop. This fight ranged from a monastery. Somehow 2 hours later, they're on like a rooftop.
And I forget, with my pyromancy, can I summon flame or can I only manipulate flame?
Really, yeah, it would be better if you always win after the other one. You can only manipulate flame, but you did bring some flame with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm just going to kind of just do like almost like a slicing blade of flame.
Perfect. I was gonna say you probably don't have enough to build like a construct or anything, but if you just want to do like if you want to conjure the rest into a nice little scythe and hope that Dusa has some left over after her round, absolutely. So go ahead and give me using your power.
And so that's 7 die, right? That I roll. Because it's 4 hellfire and 3 power.
Yes, I'm just gonna adjust your sheet so that it's I'm just gonna do it the way that.
Oh, I mean, okay. I got it. I just wanted to.
No, everyone else. It's honestly just for me. Everyone else's sheet looks. It's just yours is an outlier, so I'm just changing it so I understand what you're talking about. Yes, you roll 7 dice.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, there we go.
29.
29. 29 is darned good. So yes, though you've been injured and perhaps some of the ninjas were really close to you, we'll say that you kind of hit them in the back with a scythe of fire as they're like, you kind of summon whatever fire the fire that you'd let go of as they stab you, you bring back around and kind of clear off all the ones near you. So that's good. And that 29, you just cut them in half. And as that happens, we'll say that Nightheart kind of looks over and kind of swings her and goes, yeah, or that'll work, sure. Okay, so Dusa, your turn.
Hellfire Blast.
A Hellfire Blast. All right, roll with your literally damned power.
What happens if the hell die is a 6?
Count it all, add it all together.
Okay. 31.
31. Now roll the d6 again.
Just the one?
The one that was the hell die.
Okay.
What do you got there?
2.
2. So that gets you to 33. So is this just kind of like uncontrolled blasting? Like, is this just like you're just shooting, or is there like a strategy you want to effect with it? Or
I would like to get as many of them as possible.
Understood. Okay, cool. So we'll say with a thing like this, you kind of do a combination of making the armament like BFG. So you're gonna make like a huge diameter, a real high caliber shot coming at you, but you also like kind of you move because you'd already dodged. So while Marud's trying to cut the ones off, you sort of see the larger group coming, and you just kind of move over and do this just this massive blast. That would you rather you can kind of adjust the size of the thing. I mean, the 33 are going to do a lot of damage either way. Do you want to like mess everyone up a little bit, or would you rather like take several of them completely out but then there's some who didn't get hit by it.
Several completely out.
Understood. So you just like turn and as you guys as you watch, and Marut, there's now going to be more fire for you to pull from the bodies of those who are still on fire. Although the closest ones you cut through, and there's just ash above and like some feet, up to some shins, some ninja shin guards on fire on the ground. So that's pretty cool. All right. And Nightheart will say, or also that will work. All right. So, well, that took out. And now you guys see that kind of flipping up over the side here. There are 3 ninjas who have some like more serious looking armor on. Like you can tell these are like, bosses or something. They also, and in a way that probably to the 3 of you, I will let you react to it however you want. They have sort of like Oni masks on, sort of like their own sort of like demonic or devilish faces, but it's clearly they aren't demons themselves. They are not fiends, but they're co-opting your stuff in kind of like garish caricature masks.
Yeah, doesn't that feel appropriative to you?
Yes, it is distasteful.
Why don't they get distasteful of my Hellfire Blast?
Yes, I think that is how that will work. I do not think they will enjoy it.
All right, so these higher end ones are coming for you guys. I will go ahead and say just numerically that what Marud and Dusa have done on their attacks will be enough to handle them, and like even lower than that, But you basically, as the weaker ones are backing off, now these super strong ones are coming in. So Baalia, it is actually your turn again to go first. I'm going to give you the edge against them.
Well, they're gonna get distasteful of my Hellfire Blast.
You have a Hellfire Blast?
Don't we all have one? I thought we all had one of those, right?
No, you can do a curse.
Oh, the curse. Yeah, the curse.
You
That's
can kind of
yes.
just try to put a curse upon them. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So go ahead and roll a curse upon these people.
13. Aha.
What an auspicious number for a curse.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're well above that in terms of their resistance to it. And you do think that though they are only co-opting the imagery of kind of demonic stuff, a simple curse or like hex of that kind, even with some hellish stuff. Clearly, these are not bad fighters since they were like avoiding your stuff, and one of them even hit Marud. So like clearly, this is not like a disaster, but there is a sense of
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, again, yikes, these guys are a little tough. They're going to come at you all again. I'm going to roll these separately. So Baalia, one is coming for you. Oh my god, I cannot roll a 6 on my hell die to save my life. Would you please make a... Oh god, it's very hard to hit you. You do a dodge roll, but if you want to use your teleportation power, you can do it.
I would love to.
Yeah, because that's a real advantage to being the teleporter.
They say teleporter. I hardly know her.
Yeah.
That is 10, 20, 28.
So yeah, this one like is coming like right up to where you were and like pulls out like a short sword and is just but you're just gone, and they instantly wheel around.
I want to have teleported away at just the right moment that like they cut through like my after image, and then they're disheartened.
Great. All right. Yeah,
They're
go
all
ahead,
ready.
They are literally disheartened. All right, I'm gonna
They're
say
re-enheartened.
Marud, you are 1 or 2. Dusa is 3 or 4, and Nightheart will be 5 or 6. 3 or 4. Congratulations, Dusa. You're the one. There's only 3 of them, and now there's 4 murder babes. So you're the one who is not getting an attack from these people. Marud. The next team is coming. The next one is coming for you. You can do You can do a dodge roll against whatever this attack is, but actually, there were so many earlier. We're just gonna go with that. You could do a dodge roll against this. If you want to spend curse cubes, you may want to, but you also might want to wait for the resist injury. I probably should have let you do that on the wounded one, but it's
fine.
I'm so sorry to report that I have hit a 6 on my hell die.
I did as well.
Yay! Good. Let's do it. Go, Matt.
Okay. 17 for the dodge.
Unfortunately, they do hit with a 27. So,
Okay.
because there's 10 points of difference, make a resist injury.
Okay. That is 6 of these. Let's go ahead and we'll spend the 2 curse cubes you gave me to add 2 die to it, right? That's how that works?
Yes.
I've read the instructions correctly?
Absolutely, yeah. It's just extra dice.
Okay. Um, 30.
A 30 means that though they hit you, your sort of hellish constitution is able to, like you can't dodge, but you dodge just enough that the cut, and it kind of maybe bounces off your armor a bit. So though you got hurt, it doesn't even count as a wound. And I also should mention, wounded goes away after the fight. Wounded just means you've been wounded in the fight. Incapacitated means you're in trouble the rest of the fight. After the fight, you can try to heal from it. That one, basically, they sort of, each one retains longer. So if you just get wounded in a fight, it's no big deal. It's like your foot, your toe is still stubbed if you've been wounded in a fight.
Gotcha. Also, just interesting point of note.
Yeah.
I rolled 4 6s, and then with the remaining 4 dice, it all added up to 6.
Wow, that's great.
Just a little weird.
Yeah.
Just kind of interesting.
Wow, that's some real unfair, uneven wealth gap, inequality. What's the word I'm looking for? That's the one. All right. The last one will come for Nightheart. Once again, this one rolls a 6 on their die, but the rest of their stuff is garbage and okay, so that's wow. Even with this rolling 5 dice, they only got to 19. So Nightheart actually has more on that for dodging. Nightheart dodges, no problem. That means that Morud, it's your turn, and there is some flame.
Okay. What I would like to do to just sort of add insult to injury is to pull the flame and turn them into little shurikens.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. I love that.
It's another 7 for that. Um, 24.
24. Great. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say that your shurikens hit. We'll say I assume you're going for the one who came for you, just for
yeah.
So
of course.
you do hit them with several of these things, and like you can tell, like they've caught flame, but you have not taken this individual out by any means.
Okay.
So there's one still attacking Baalia. The one who's attacked you has been harmed, and your girl Nightheart is going after. Ooh, Nightheart rolls a 1 on the. Ooh, Nightheart is a huge whiff on Nightheart, going for it. Dusa, you have an advantage here, which is that no one has attacked you. So you have like a clean thing. I'm going to give you 1 bonus cube on this roll. So you can roll an extra die on your Hellfire Blast since you're not impeded. Your options would be to try a harder thing where you'd kind of like try to shoot 2 of them at once, or you could just aim for 1. And if you're aiming for 1, do you want to go for Baalia's, Morud's, or Nightheart's?
I'd like to go for both.
You'd like to go for 2. So the 2 on your sisters in Knivery, not this other woman, whatever. Okay, cool. So you're going to try to shoot at both of these 2. Okay, great. Sisters in steel.
Sisters in Hell.
$32.
32. Excellent. All right. Nope. No one dodges that. Our first one, the one who Morud had already injured. I'm gonna say that the brunt of your shot destroys the one by Morud, sort of blasting back a mask, and you see that there is like an angry woman underneath who's like burning, and as she sort of like falls, you know, she's been roasted. The one attacking Baalia was unable to get out of the way, but I'm having an extra die on the thing. Oh, and their hell die exploded and rolled a 5 on the second time. So the one fighting Baalia, though he took some damage. This one there, we'll say like that, like you burned off part of the Oni mask, like you see like a guy under there, kind of like bottom half of his face, real Phantom of the Opera style. He got hit, and he's looking like he's definitely like off his game a bit, but he's still in it, and kind of like, you know, like just shocked at that, and sees that one of the other of these like Oni guard is down and is looking like really angry. That comes to the end of the thing. So Baalia, it is your turn. So basically, the one near you is now been like knocked back a couple feet. Is like enrobed in. I mean, he's not enrobed in fire. He got hit with hellfire. He's injured certainly, but not down. The one by Marud, she's like still like last gasps, like dying on the ground, and Nightheart's one is unharmed.
Well, the one in front of me, I'm just gonna say, I see you're just a guy. Me, I'm so much more. And then I'm gonna stab him.
Perfect. All right, you pull out your knife of the devil.
Well, whatever weapon it is. That is a 17.
17. I'm gonna charge him 1 cube for his injuries. I'm so sorry to report that I've had to hit a 6 on the hell die, and I hit another 6 on the hell die. So he is.
Philip is cheating over there.
Spinning back, he's doing some like really like he does like a backflip out of your way as you start doing this. He's too good. He's on the honor guard. He's too good to fall immediately for that. All right, but so Baalia, that is your turn. He will, however, you know. He's gonna take a cue from Marud, and he won't come up to you, but he will throw a couple of stars, a couple of projectiles at you, Baalia. So give me a dodge roll.
Can I not teleport out of the way of these?
Damn, you can. You can. That's right. He really shouldn't be attacking you. He should be attacking Dusa.
Well, he shouldn't be so dumb.
He's got fire in his eyes.
Yeah. Well, I've got fire in my soul. 17 plus 9 is a 26.
Yeah, you're out of there, no problem. You hear him shout like "Baka," and Marud, there is none on you. So the one attacking, we'll just see how things go between. I'm actually going to roll these like whoever this war. Okay, cool. Nightheart is now like handling her one. Morud, there is still some fire around, but most of it has now burned people up. So you don't have a thing for like a huge, you know, the shurikens is a good size thing, you know, maybe like another sword or blade type thing. You don't have anything for like most of the fire has like, you know, burned.
What what did they attack me with?
That one just would have been a sword.
Okay, then I'll just send another sword.
Kind of just like another thing. And are you going at the one that was attacking Baalia? Or are you going to the one at fighting Nightheart? Okay.
Well, that's unfortunate. 1 on the hell die, but
It is unfortunate.
16.
16, still not bad. They do, however, is able to sort of evade that wild sort of like seeing that Baalia can kind of go everywhere, kind of evades it, is just sort of frustrated, and seeing you do that is kind of now looking between you and Dusa. Speaking of whom, Dusa, it is your turn.
What is there only one left? Or
There's one left fighting Nightheart, and the other is kind of like jumping around, having attacked Baalia, but Baalia is teleporting around and now like is dodging.
That one.
That one. Okay, go for it. Give me a blaster, master blaster. Thunderdome. Come
on. 16.
16. Alrighty. I'll say you clip them. They're able to get most of the way out of it. It's like pretty close. So you kind of there's some fire on an arm, which is kind of giving them some trouble. But he's still in the fight. So Baalia, we come back to you again.
Well, then I'm going to teleport behind him and stab him.
I love that. You don't even have to roll for the teleport since you're so high. So yeah, just give me a stab on that. I'm not going to give you an advantage, but I will take one away from his dodge.
I did roll. Actually, no, that's not my hell die. That's a different die. But I still rolled a 5. That is math. 19.
19. All right, my friend. 1 on the hell die.
Hell yes.
Brings him down to a 14. So, you do manage to get your knife in. I'm not even gonna resist injury. You cut that one pretty rough. I'm gonna say that his turn is to, like, kind of he'll sort of disengage as his turn rather than be there. Morud, you can attack as well. He's not even gonna like try to go for you. He just gets away from you and kind of rolls and is kind of like trying to size up the others. Morud, you've got a shot.
Yeah, I'll just take another swing with the fire sword. Wow. Okay. It's another 1.
Dang.
But
Don't if you want to add it up you can, but on the dodge roll there was a 6 on the hell die, so is I think this I let's phrase it like this. I think this Oni guard is hip to your tricks.
maybe.
I think this Oni guard's like, okay, this teleporter's confusing me. This one I get. I don't like the blaster.
It's 22. Not the worst, but
22 is good, but yes, unfortunately they did exceed that.
Sure.
So basically still managed to sort of do, but they are kind of like they're running for you and Dusa, kind of he's gonna like try to like, you know, take the fight to you. You also notice he's dropping the swords, and he'll pull out a chain. Yeah, he'll kind of pull out like some kind of like chained bladed thing. Dusa, you can take a shot at him before he arrives attacking you too.
$30.
30 is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that is 30 is well over this. So basically, he kind of runs, and as he like begins spinning a chain, it kind of like, we'll also say that like the chain was out, you know, Marud, as you sort of took your shot. This person's doing it, but then just this like wave of like hellfire just catches, and he is blasted, you know, into some kind of like antenna on the rooftop, and as that cracks, he just falls down, growing still. So the three of you turn to see that Nightheart is kind of like, you know, has like slashed at the one she's fighting and knocked them in the head knocked this guy in the head with her Bacento, kind of like on the handle edge, and as he's kind of stepped back, Nightheart will say, so Oni guardsman, before you continue doing anything stupid, I just want to tell you that if you look around, and basically what you see is there's like 15 to 20 charred corpses on the rooftop, 2 of which are other Oni guards, and there's 3 devil women are, you know, like kind of like all standing there. Nightheart says, you might want to consider your next move carefully. The Oni guard sort of like gets mad and rushes towards Nightheart. But Alia, technically, you can go first if you want to try to do anything to this person, or you can just let it's.
Yeah, I want to like teleport in front, just in front, so that he runs into my blade.
Oh, perfect. Okay, sure, go for it.
He ran into my knife 10
He ran
times.
into my knife. Take him right.
So on the teleport, that is a 26.
Okay, yeah, you can get there, no problem.
And then a stabby stab.
Make a stabby stab. Oh, but you do have a penalty on these unless you want to spend a couple power cubes to get rid of it.
I'll reroll the teleport then. That is a. It's actually gonna be worse because that's a 1 on the hell die. That's only 14.
Okay, go ahead and do your stab.
That is. Ooh, that's not good. That is 8.
Sadly, Balia, your attempt to kind of teleport in and threaten this person, he sort of you telegraph it a little. You telegraph the teleport.
Yeah.
There's a little bit too much brimstone cloud over your head, and as he sees you coming, he moves and dodges and just gets around you. His roll. That's Jesus Christ. Okay. It's very high. Nightheart's fighting roll. I'm gonna spend a couple of power cubes on Nightport's behalf. Let's just give her a little extra. Oh, not that it did anything. Yeah, basically he gets around Nightheart and is sort of like taking the fight to her pretty well. She's not like totally outclassed, but she's definitely in a fight here. So Baalia, Marud, and Dusa, of course, you are welcome to just walk away at this point. There's only one enemy, and he's engaged. But his people did insult you by attacking you, so it is up to you how you proceed.
That's to me.
Yes.
Yeah. I do not like to leave enemies alive. I think I'll just attempt to just sort of follow Balia's example and try to stab this one in the back.
Great. Okay, cool.
With some fire.
Oh, with some fire. Okay, got it.
Okay. That time there was a 6 on the hell die.
Hey, all right.
10, 15, 25, 29, 35 plus. So what happens when you roll a 1 on the hell die after it explodes?
You don't take stuff. You just add it and stop rolling.
Okay.
You don't take anything off after the fact. Yeah.
Okay. So 36.
A 36. So yeah, there's not all that much fire left, but with a 36, you manage to like create it into like a perfect little sword, and you kind of like you angle it like up under some, up under like a rivet in the armor or something, kind of get it between the armor plating. And I think with that, he's definitely in trouble. I mean, Dusa, it is up to you if you want to if you just want to like roast him in addition, but he's definitely about to die. But if you'd like to show him the door, okay, go for it.
Yes. $23.
Yeah, it's not even like between the fire on the inside, then the fire kind of washing over as Nightheart just kind of sort of like she'd been like blocking various things and they'd been fighting. Then like just see this flame, she just kind of like slightly sidesteps as he's just roasting in his armor and kind of falls forward, and she twists her Pacento around and says, "Right. So, thanks for that. If there's some way I can repay you, let me know. I'd rather we not now start fighting to the death ourselves, because again, love your look. It's very, very cool armor.
Well, thank you. I've cultivated over many centuries.
Impressive and yet totally impractical, like mine.
Did you see an angel before us?
An angel?
Yes. Wings on the head and the back.
I didn't realize
multiple sets of wings for no reason.
I think I did see who you're talking about, actually. Was on the rooftop. I thought it was somebody in a costume.
We followed it here, so it would have come through this way.
Well, it does make sense since... Oh, so, wait, you followed an angel? Where were you all before?
Hell, dear.
New hell. The better hell.
New hell? Wow. I don't think I'm quite up on the hells, but there was an angel in hell. chasing him down.
You should figure it out because based off of what I've seen, you will be arriving there someday in the future.
Well, that or I think I'm probably more likely to be destined to Yomitsukuni. But actually, intellect. Recall information. Anyone who wants to on Yomitsukuni.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
7.
7.
4.
12.
Baalia and Morud, you're not sure what that is. Dusa, you have heard of Yomitsukuni. You know that it can serve as an afterlife, but it's more of like it's not a traditional hell, but it can serve as one. Yeah. So it's not crazy that she thinks she'll go there. Well, given the assistance.
Okay, so where did the angel go?
She'll say, when I arrived, he would have gone this way, which means she sort of moves over to kind of like a side of the roof and looks over and says, oh, do you think that has anything to do with what's going on? And she sort of points down, and you see, as you look over, that there are these bizarre, like, white glowing clouds that seem to have like formed in a path like just below this rooftop and like down on a lower rooftop below. These like very like classic pearly gates clouds.
Well, I think that it's just a low pressure system.
Isn't that the most disgusting thing you've ever seen?
A vial. And I suppose we should pursue. Unless we think our task is complete. We have chased the angel out of hell.
We can't just let an angel into hell and out without repercussion.
It
What
might
kind of message does that send?
Yeah, it's so gauche to leave something like this unfinished.
Fair enough.
That being said, the Order of the Severed Heart. She kind of gestures back to the sort of corpses and the few fleeing. You know, there's a few people who are like badly burned, injured, kind of crawling their way, like away in retreat. She'll say, the Order of the Severed Heart is, though they wear the mask of the Oni, they do traffic in all sorts of things. I do wonder if this angel you're talking about might have been coming to them for some reason. It's pretty coincidental that they showed up on the same rooftop where I've been fighting them. Maybe I'll tag along as you chase this down, just until the next wave comes for me.
If you can keep up, I don't see a problem with that.
I don't really care what you do.
Fair enough. Well, she'll kind of say, well, if I have to keep up, and she'll actually then, like, jump off the rooftop and manage to get down to the next rooftop and see following the trail that you guys were talking about.
All right, let's go kill an angel, sisters.
Let's.
All right, so as you guys head that way, that is where we will end our murder babery for the night. Well done, murder babes. Also, you can remove your wounded condition, Morud.
Ah, excellent.
You're no longer wounded. All right. For our next little adventure, let's see. Intelliportia has assured me that she will be here in about 5 minutes.
Excellent.
That's like not literally true, but it is like kind of true. But also, it's not literally true. So, KJ.
Unless it's literally true.
KJ, do you have a preference on
Nope.
Topflight West?
Nope.
No preference. Dan or Pierce, do either of you have a preference for what we go to next? Neon Flight, Topflight West, or what's the other one's name?
Actually, it's been a little while since we checked in on Topflight West.
Yeah.
Right?
It's been 2 sessions, 3. Actually, yeah, maybe we might not have been to them since. Yeah, we didn't see them in 5. We did.
Who knows?
4 was
Who
Murder
cares?
Babes. We saw them in 3. In Whiz
I
Bang,
mean,
Montana.
I just think like
Yeah, you fought Apocalypse Cassie.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
Fucking who?
Yeah.
Apocalypse
Oh,
Cassie
right.
was the other ghost, is the ghost cowgirl
Oh,
who Wildorado
right.
who Wildorado like got killed by telling her to create a diversion back when he was alive. Wildorado's pretty cool, guys.
I think either Topflight West or Meridian.
Understood. We'll do Topflight West because you guys said you hadn't checked in on them, and also I believe that was the opening screen I used. So let's not be liars. And the Instagram post was Murder Babe, so nothing's a lie. It's so cool when nothing's a lie. All right, friends. So go ahead and get into your Topflight West characters. When last we were with Topflight West, yes, they investigated the sort of strange goings on in Whizbang, Montana, to try to track down Wildorado. What they learned. Oh, that also is where Archetype turned into Doomjaw, one of the Archfey from Here Be Dragons, which was pretty
Yes.
cool. But you guys got Lumen had the worst day because she kept getting trampled by ectoplasmic slime. You remember that? Apocalypse Cassie on her steed. Yeah, it's all horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But basically, and then Archetype. This was fun. Then you guys basically took her out, held her in chains. But then Archetype really angered Lumen further by asking Apocalypse Cassie to like tell the full story of her death. But she did reveal to you guys that Wildorado, last she heard, has managed to go to hell as a guest. But she had no idea there were more people in hell. They let her go, but she and Lightning, rather, there's no G at the end, come on. They evanesced away, so she's back in kind of like beyond the veil, kind of just being an unassigned ghost. Synth Devil claims that he would absolutely know if Wildorado had made it to Old Hell. His connections there, he is confident, would have let him know. So he assumes that Wildorado and the Final must be in New Hell, which means he's excited that he can finally do an attack on New Hell. He's excited.
I'm not too excited.
Yeah, and then, basically what Beowulf and Lumen felt was this guy's laughing. He's not funny. Why does he laugh when he says things that aren't even funny? So,
yes, it's a different kind of laughter.
With the team there, all right, cool. I guess I do got to give you guys an additional prologue vote for the Topflight West section.
Okay.
So option 1 will be, last time we did this, your prologue was some people showed up, some 13 formations showed up at the witch house. Okay. So I'm simply going to say, just reminding you of that, because option 1 is a house in Witch Haven, Massachusetts. Option 2 is a performance space on Null Island. 1, 2. KJ, it's to you. 1, the witch house. Interestingly, this was a bit of a... I decided this as I was coming up with this right now. I was going to do a funny... You'll see. So basically, in the witch house, Trance is sitting at one of the tables. And Riverman is like in his full scuba gear with his goggles on, just like staring into sort of the dining room. And Trance goes, I understand that what they're telling us is very important, but do you think there has to be? And Riverman goes, I know. I mean, is there any way they could? I know. Just, does there have to be so much singing? And it cuts to reveal that the 13 formations are in the room, in like the dining room, singing 13-part harmony to the song Bat Out of Hell. As they're like trying to explain, they're moving the Maisie in front, the way kids will it's like Maisie's really like the star of the show, their little Maisie doll they created. As the members of the Guild of Secrets are just sitting there listening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna say that Wanderlust is hearing it though, and she's like, I don't know, it's pretty catchy. So, with that, we go to Top Beach, where Archetype, Beowulf, Lumen, Teleportia, and Captain Eldritch are sort of standing in like one of like the main, you don't have top forum there, but you have like your main conference room. As Sith Devil has a massive, he's got like full Westeros table of hell with a little like that'll be the joke. There are indistinguishable like devil figurines all over the table. And he's just going off and saying, so as you can see, the troop positions here on this ridge are a mockery compared to the positioning and distribution on this ridge, as you can plainly see.
I am often confused as to which group, who we kill and who we do not kill here. So
No, we are all
we kill all the devils.
No,
yes,
no,
all
of course. We don't kill these devils. We kill these devils. Beowulf, it seems that he is pointing to 2 identical devils.
Yes.
Lumen.
And Lumen at least tell, since she is from Valos military, which one does have a poorer setup, I guess.
Understand. Lumen, I will absolutely say that Lumen can make a, let's do a, I mean, my god, your investigation is out of control. Make an investigation roll as you look at this.
24.
Yes, even with the figurines not being in place, because what's so confusing is he's saying like, so you see there are 4 of these are there, and it's just like there's no stuff, but you're able to be like, okay, I basically see. The area that he is showing seems to be the mapped section of New Hell that Old Hell has managed to get into. Currently, the fortifications of New Hell are like not what it would be if it were Old Hell and well established. So Old Hell has managed to make a couple of beachheads. They've managed to get a couple of areas where they're like they've incurred a little bit, but based on your investigation, they won't be able to hold them for long. Like they're only holding them because like when New Hell's ready, they'll just swipe them away. In any event, what I'm thinking, my friends, is that we can go on an incursion here. We can use the traveling, sort of hellish routes of Old Hell to enter with some of their legions, and then we can go searching for our target.
I only ask this because I have sort of dealt with sort of border disputes before, but would we not be starting a war between Hell and Earth?
Excellent question. There is a enchantment I can put upon us to make us seem like we are simply other devils.
Absolutely not.
No.
It will not look like a devil.
Oh, I see.
Well, you don't seem like you're big into magic either. Just generally speaking.
Into magic?
Yeah, you. Yeah.
I have no problem with what Lumen does. No problem with Teleportia. I have a problem with evil. And they are devils. I know that it is. I know that I'm not supposed to kill this devil. I do not take his head. But I will not look like a devil.
I mean, look, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate here, but I think that it would be great
Teleportia laughs so hard.
I think it'd be like being able to go in surreptitiously and not cause a scene would be pretty good, right? I don't know, Lumen, you're the military strategist.
Lumen, you are my leader here. If you
So,
tell me
you
that
s-
this is what we should do.
I'm not sure why you're bringing up playing games at a time like this, and I don't even think we have that board game here. So please refrain from being such a child at a time like this.
Luminous turn of phrase.
I don't think we have that one either.
Teleportia laughs more. At this point, however, the doors sort of open and Synth Devil kind of like he raises a little like wall around this thing in case someone walks in. Olive, your formation rep, is coming in. So basically, this is of course the sort of events planner,
Right.
who is one of the formations who's come to work, and she will say, "Good morning, team." She's got her little pad in hand. I know you're in the middle of a major briefing, but I did need to let you guys know of a developing story that I think is... I know I don't have the full clearance of this, but I have a good bit of clearance, and I have, just basically putting things together based on what's online. Just wanted to let you guys know about a little thing that happened in Alpha City.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently New Hell somehow managed, probably through enchanting someone or some such whatever, they managed to get a storefront embassy to New Hell called Hell on Earth in Alpha City. And there's a lot of cell phone footage, and she turns her pad around and plays it, and it probably pops up on a few screens as well. Yeah, it's Synth Devil's urging. And it basically shows Meridian, like, landing there, going in, and then, like, flying out, like, in a crazy huff, as, like, people's, like, clothes are sort of blown back as she flies in. She goes, so, Meridian has been unavailable for comment, and in fact, it looks like... Oh, the Meridian trackers say... Oh, some source says she's off-world now. So, she's not around. But I don't know. Just thought you guys should know about this since HE double hockey stick seems to be part of what's going on with all of this.
Do you know if they offer? Do you know if we can get at that embassy? Can we get some travel visas?
Some travel visas at the Hell Embassy? Is he making a joke?
I never know.
No.
No, you're not. Do you actually want me to call them? I'll ask them.
I mean,
No.
No, we're not calling. And we should go to that embassy and
listen.
burn it down.
all I'm saying is that if we
Well, that
can-
would
if we can
definitely
get-
be an act of war between
that would be an act
Earth
of
and
war.
Hell.
Here's my look. We have to play this smart, right? What we do is we go under diplomatic immunity. Okay, we get some visas that allow us to go as diplomats, and then if we are there to get people who are from our world and not from New Hell, we are just pursuing our own thing. Like, maybe we can claim diplomatic immunity if they catch us. I know, Synth Devil, you would say that regardless of New or Old Hell, they are litigious, are they not?
Yes, contracts are certainly. All right, the only element of this plan that at all appeals to me, and I am not saying I endorse it, is the fact that I would be able to get an eye on their contract writing. It would be wonderful to see their legal documentation.
What?
But I still don't think this is a good idea.
One alternative. Good Devil. Who is the leader of this New Hell?
Our sources say that there is a devil in control. But a devil who is being supplanted by his own second or sword. Gidana is her name, and as far as we can tell, she is in control. Though there is a greater figure beyond, he seems to not be. When you begin to think of deities and demonic figures such as this, there are differences between those that exist and have personalities and working minds, and those that sort of exist beyond. A devil such as, an archdevil such as Hanakino is of course quite powerful. Gidana would be on the level of that. There is of course a devil below all others. Some would say there is one devil below both hells, below all hells.
When you say below in this instance, do you mean physically?
I mean-
Or do you mean tier-wise, reverse of what they say here on
This
Earth?
is an important question.
That one lumen. In other words, the most. I won't say best or highest because those are the wrong words. But yes, the ultimate devil. Yes, that one.
So, the reason I ask is that if we go with the force that you are amassing, that is a declaration of war.
Well,
But
we
if
are
a
already
small-
at war.
Well, I understand the two hells are, but we are not. And
You can
Would it not be-
join our side.
it
You will
just-
not bring the entire Earth into the conflict if you simply come and stand as patriots with us.
well, it would not be a patriot of your hell.
Yes, but you'll
At
be
best be a
supporting.
mercenary.
You'll be supporting the terrible things we do in hell.
So, all I am saying is that I think it is more advantageous for us to be a small team that goes in. We find the target, we kill them, we collect their head and arm, and bring it back as proof, and that is the end of things. There is no need to wage war, or we can go get paper like Child says.
No, no, we will not be doing. We will not be getting paper like Child says. That is not.
Oh, we of course not. That was condescension. I apologize. Whatever you say.
What do you think, Lumen? Which plan do you advocate?
Honestly, they both sound terrible. I cannot go to an embassy and pretend to be a diplomat because I am literally here from a different plane doing just that. So I cannot double do that with one of them being fake. I will. It is unacceptable, and I also cannot, as said, diplomat, go and support the terrible things old hell does, just to stop a new hell. But I can just stop a new hell.
So in other words, what you're all saying is you don't want to go in as allies of old hell. You don't want to go in as guests of new hell. You want to, as independent operators, discover where the final and Wildorado are hiding, travel there, and destroy them.
Yes, I believe we would call it something like we would wish to destabilize the region.
So you are attacking New Hell. Ultimately, this is the question. We have all fought Gidana, the sword of the devil. She was our enemy. But we
would
did not
like to
take the
kill
fight
her,
to
yes.
her in her place, and thus New Hell was formed. But if you are making the claim that she is not your enemy, and instead it is only the final and Wildorado who hide in her court, that is a very different thing than saying you wish to ruin New Hell and destabilize it, for it does now exist.
Lumen, I know how I would lead the Eats here, but I am not in my country. I am not the king here. I will follow your lead, whatever you decide.
I just don't see why we can't do both.
Well,
Very
what's
well.
funny is, I mean, Lumen, you're not from here. Beowulf, you're not from here. I'm not from here. Synth, you're not from here.
Teleportia is like, I'm from here, but I'm making a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Captain El, fucking fuck.
You know who the two people who have a lot of opinions about all this? Is Finden and Armament.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I thought, get the sunglasses. I saw them. Said grab them.
It's okay.
And
It's,
then-
it's the
It
best.
is nothing.
It is the best part of my week, Philip.
And I
Every
said
week.
nothing. Okay. Captain Eldritch will say, well, for whatever it's worth, I do think... How do I phrase this? I want to make sure that we deal with the final as much as anyone. I wasn't a part of Topflight when you faced it, but I was a part of the Guild of Secrets, and I remember what that thing could do. And how much juice we got out of it.
Juiced it?
No, they remember they stole all of its power.
Yes, yeah. I do remember.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So she basically says, but if Wildorado and the final are in hell right now, and going to hell is a complicated thing for us, maybe we should focus on coming up with a plan for when they return here, rather than going into exceedingly unfriendly territory.
Well, also, either way, regardless of where this fight happens, we're going to need a lot more firepower.
Fire will be useless against devils.
No, it's funny though when he says fire.
In any event, Captain Eldritch's point is just like why go to unfamiliar territory and where we're potentially surrounded by Gidana and all her forces when, you know.
I mean, is there a way that we can lure them back here at a time and place of our own choosing?
Yes, actually. What does the final need? Or rather, what does Wildorado need to make the final complete?
Narthex and Tatiana Temple?
Precisely. So, if we make them think that Narthex and Tatiana Temple are back, maybe that would lure them out. We could set a trap here, rather than go to hell.
Yeah. Do we have any, like, essence of Narthex lying around?
You merely speak fastest. You are aware of this, yes?
What I don't understand how that has any bearing on the subject.
It's synthetic devil.
Yes.
Do you not have a census of hell? Do you not have? Why would if Waldorado and the final need these other two beings,
Yes.
why would they go to hell? Are they down there?
Narthex, as far as I am understanding, is in deep space. He is not dead, however. Meanwhile, Tatiana Temple is safe in the astral plane, unreachable by any. So
why would Waldorado? Why would
yeah.
Why would Ghost Cowboy go to hell?
I think precisely for that region. Without Narthex and Tatiana Temple safely in hand, he seeks new allies. Even in his weakened state, the final is formidable.
If we were to trick him and make him think that Tatiana and Narthex were here, I don't even know that we could defeat it still.
Oh yeah, we got to come at it from two ends, right? Getting them there and defeating them.
But
Also,
it does.
would he not also bring his new allies with him?
That's the question. Perhaps new hell. For the same reason that we don't want to go there, they won't want to come here. En masse as an attack. I'm sure they have agents and operatives, but if they come here attacking heroes, that changes the game.
And that gives us carte blanche to strike out at them.
Precisely. So, what we'd want...
Sorry, continue.
No, just yeah, she'll basically say in her whispering, which apparently you guys can't hear on Zoom, so I have to do it with a little.
Actually, today's been all right.
Oh, good. Well, I've been voicing it.
Yeah.
Did we establish in the previous game, and I forgot, maybe, can we possibly enlist the rest of Topflight to help us in defeating the final?
You absolutely can enlist the rest of Topflight in defeating the final. Meridian has been dialed in since you guys called her in, so Meridian now knows. You don't know if like Shinobi Red and Ghost Man and the Dinosaurian and Ice Queen. You're not sure if all of them know, and Vectron know the full details of what happened in the other reality. You're not sure if Meridian would have told them, or if she kind, Meridian usually keeps other people's secrets pretty whatever, but it kind of does affect them. But if you guys say priority 1 alert, we are luring a very bad thing here because we can't go to where it is and we have to take it up before it gets more powerful, like they'll be there.
So we didn't pitch that last time and veto it for some reason.
Pitch that.
Right?
Okay. You can have them there. You can have Flight Infinity on deck. You can have the Ranger Angels on deck. You can have the the Rocket Squad will show up for that. If you're like all hands on deck.
It's interesting how resistant we have been to ask for help, given that our first few missions, we literally asked Dustin Hell to fix everything for us all the time. But find out one other question. Do you all have the authority, as clearly powerful beings here, to demand prisoners or criminals be returned to your borders? Because perhaps that is something you could demand of the embassy.
Wilder, also Captain Eldritch will say, though it would tip our hand a bit, perhaps visiting this embassy and making a request for an extradition treaty. As you say, they are a litigious society.
And we lay the groundwork now that we can then, we plant some seeds now and reap the harvest later.
We can also visit the Eastern heroes.
Yeah.
Should we need their help? As per Lumen's brilliant suggestion.
Synth Devil says, I am very opposed to this plan because it is not a direct attack, but all of what you're saying makes a good deal of sense. If we were to take Top Sauce on a quick jaunt across the country, we could visit this embassy. I'd love to see what kind of fool I bet it's a pathetic excuse. And then we could check in with Topflight East. I would like to know more about Meridian's role in whatever happened in there. The fact she's off-world now is inconvenient. But perhaps we can find out from her teammates. So, are you agreed that heading to Alpha City
Yes.
is the best
I agree
plan?
that we should follow Lumen's brilliant plan, yes.
All right, so as Topflight West prepares to go visit Topflight East, and
With the 3 most diplomatic characters in the universe.
yeah, some real diplomatic characters, I think that is actually where we're going to call it a night tonight. Because that is a fun, and I have I kind of have an idea that I think I would like to do this next one with the next Meridian.
Oh, okay.
For some reasons. So, thank you so much for joining us tonight. These sometimes are quicker ones, but so it goes, and we did still check in with 2 different delightful stories. Thank you, Murder Babes and Topflight West, for your
An absolute pleasure.
incredible action.
Those are 2 real similar things in my mouth to go back and forth between.
Similar
Maroon and
vibes.
Beowulf
Oh yeah, that's true.
are very hard accents to go between and differentiate.
I don't know why you chose Marud to be so similar to Beowulf.
They weren't in my head till tonight.
That's always the worst. Like, oh my god, this is the same guy. This is bad. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. We have some other games on the channel. On Friday, we are here with Blood from a Stone. It's gonna be a fun one this week. I think somebody here is gonna finally be back on Blood from a Stone on this coming Friday.
Me.
Yes, Pierce. He hasn't been.
It's been like 100 episodes.
You probably were in one of the Halloween ones before, but not quite that far, but a long time. No, Dan will be back. And Dan, I think you're going to be playing, I'll just say this on the stream, I think you're going to be playing Spellington.
Oh, yes, great, yes.
Because I've kind of just been having Spellington be in the background of everything.
Fantastic.
And I think Spellington might be there too.
Well, that's great for Spellington then.
Good
yes.
for Spellington. Check that out on Friday. On Sunday, we're back with Strange Lore, where I think we'll probably be checking back in with the Ted Fountain timeline and all of that, but who knows what'll happen between now and then. On Monday, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just wondering if... Wait, are you saying they'll go back into the books?
No, the last Strange Lore was a crazy one-off because it was only lore and it was set in 1978 and it was about an actress having a meeting at the Chateau Marmont about the Meridian movie.
Got it.
To play T.J. Taylor, his girlfriend.
I understand.
And it was like,
I thought you were saying... I just heard you as you were going to... Okay.
Yeah, and then you guys watched that movie without that actress and were like, right. and Asha said, "This is fun. I'm drunk," and Fillion said it was garbage. So that'll be on Sunday. I think we'll be back with like the Ted Fountain, Cora, Louise stuff. On Monday, my friends. Now it started as a barn burner. A bit of a favorite has emerged, but it's only day one, and we haven't had all that many votes. But guys, currently with 6 votes, there are 3 possible missions for Monday's Dreamlands. And right now, Pay to Win has 3 votes. The Lantern in the Gate, or as Dan spelled it, Latantern in the Gate, as Dan initialized it.
I don't pay attention.
You're great. That has 2 votes, and then the Many Far Wiser Than We. So basically, Lantern in the Gate is of course going to look into Orlando. Many Far Wiser Than We is to look into Beatrice Biobelcher, and Pay to Win is another trip to CC7722, which is a key one. It's an important one. And that one's set in the 2020s, and what could it be in reference to? The little thing I described. What could it possibly be about? No one will ever know. Currently it's winning, but I don't think it will win in the end. So, but if it does, all right. So join us on Monday for one of those fun options, and make sure to vote in our downtime. Then 1 week from tonight, we'll be back with more Topflight Tales. Everyone, please be aware that you can go to our downtime. You can go to our downtime. You can go to our Discord to do downtime and to read recaps and to interact and make friends.
What?
You can go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Some would say more conveniently than on Twitch. But you can also watch episodes here on Twitch. You can go to the wiki that Sophia's created and read about all this stuff. Or you can go to Wikipedia and read the article of the day, whatever it is. Go to the Wikipedia home screen. It's like, hey, here's a thing we're talking about. Oh my god.
And you can also get prompted to donate money to keep Wikipedia alive.
Guys, Wikipedia, if everyone here donated $2 to the Wiki Foundation, the Wikipedia Foundation.
Blood on the Floor is a suite in 9 movements composed for orchestra and jazz trio by Mark Anthony Turnich. Apparently, that is the featured article for today.
All about the featured article, baby. Please follow all these wonderful players as they do things on the internet, if they do things.
Dan, are you doing things this week? Now that
this is just a very busy, hectic week. So I may not be online, but generally been streaming more. About like maybe halfway through Golden Sun 2, maybe probably not, but still trying to finish that up. Trying to wrap up some loose threads before I start unraveling new ones. But yeah, got some, there's magic going on as well. But some might say the magic was inside you all along.
Boo!
Me specific?
Yeah, it's you.
I like that boo a lot. That was good.
And I'm going to continue Manzukasing as my streaming schedule this week is for naught. As I, but I'm going to say that I'm going to recommend a movie that I love that I discovered when I asked 5 people I was having a meal with. Oh, you know this movie, and they all stared at me blankly. And I would consider this movie to be the birth of a murder babe. And that movie is Ready or Not. And it is so good. It is so fun.
It's a good movie.
Oh, so good. Yeah. It's a great movie.
That was a good Google of Ready or Not. I've seen this.
Yeah. I
That the
can
one-
never remember the name of the movie, but it's very good.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
the one with the bride?
Yes.
Like,
With the girl who's not Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
but is also Australian. Yes.
Blonde
Samara
Australians.
Weaving.
They have a look.
there was a jump scare in that got me while I was reaching to scratch my face. So I literally slapped myself in the face.
Also,
God, that's what every director strives
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Yes, Dan?
I was just I went because I googled Ready or Not,
Mhm.
and then obviously I clicked through to Samara Weaving's page, and it's like, okay, like so like who's her husband? Because I'm always curious, like what people are married to who. Her husband is like some random like weird looking dude. He's just a guy. Yeah, I'm like, good for him.
At Steinbergler, if you want to send your comments.
What is
on
he-
what I just said.
For murder against babes. That's the stance I was taken at the beginning of the episode.
He was at least one of the writers on Cocaine Bear.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
All right.
yeah, good for him.
But yeah, excellent,
Good for
super
him.
fun movie. I will tell my story about that movie because I really want to see it. I went to see that at the Sundance Cinemas before going to a wedding. I watched that movie, and then an hour after I walked out of the movie, I was at a wedding.
There you go. That's the way to do it. It's on brand. Were they
It
playing?
was a good time.
Were they playing board games at the wedding? The family.
No, but it was
games,
my
so
D&D
there you go.
groups.
Oh, well, there you go.
It was 2 members of my
Very-
D&D
very
group.
on
So.
brand, then. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone being here. Great job, team, on our various different missions. Teleportia assures me she'll be here in 5 minutes, but we just can't wait any longer. So thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, have a top night.